What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Big Freakin Health Coach podcast. I'm Big Freakin Neil, and I'm joined, of course, as always, every single week by my buddy, business partner, brain twin, Health Coach Kane.
Hey, big guy.
What's going on, man? I tried to think of one more B, but I drew a blank.
Badass would be nice.
Badass. Okay, I'll remember that for next time.
Batman clone.
You wish
So bad.
you were Batman's clone.
So badly, I wish I was a Batman clone.
I think that...
Dude, I'd take Robin. Who am I kidding?
I think that given the amount of hours that you were able to spend playing Arkham... Which one? Arkham Knight?
All of them.
All of them over the course of quarantine should qualify you as a Batman clone.
Yes. Arkham Knight was definitely the quarantine jam.
Yeah.
And I beat that game 100% except for like all the 5 million little Riddler things. Screw that guy.
Because who
I
does
don't have
that?
to answer all those questions. I'm Batman.
Yeah.
All right? I got better things to do.
You got more important things to worry about.
Riddle me? No. I'm not riddling you anything. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. The matter at hand that most needs discussion
Yes.
is what will we be drinking today?
Oh. I apologize ahead of time. This week we went out of the way to get really crappy drinks for each other.
We did. We went extra hard with the crappy drinks.
So I got you the only energy drink that has organic written on it.
Oh, no.
This is Rockstar Organic.
Okay.
Island fruit flavor.
Ooh.
Non-specific fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Because, only one kind of fruit goes on an island. So
Non-specific fruit is my favorite kind of fruit.
it is 100 calories.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's 23 grams of sugar. So happy cutting.
So it might taste good.
Hopefully.
What is the brand?
It's 100 calories per serving, and it's 2 servings per can. This is 200 calories.
Oh, buddy, add 46 grams of sugar?
46 grams of sugar.
Oh, man.
So
Well,
if you start shaking, I'll know why.
this might put me in a diabetic coma, but I'm excited. Oh, it's Rockstar's Organic.
It is.
Interesting. Island fruit flavor. Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, buddy,
I'm scared a little bit.
let's see.
We went out of our way to get shitty ones
We
this time,
really
too.
did. In that spirit,
Oh, no.
I know
It
that
comes in like a biodegradable...
you've mentioned even on this podcast that you don't enjoy the taste of coffee.
Yep.
So I went a little off book here, and I got you Wandering Bear, cold brew, coffee on the go, straight black, and then it also says no sugar. So I'm guessing there will be a lot of coffee flavor, not much else. It's also organic, so
Oh, wonderful.
we're looking after each other's health.
It says shake well, which always bodes well.
That really makes you wonder about black coffee with nothing else in it that requires shaking. I don't know.
It says it has 300 milligrams of caffeine, #strong. It literally says #strong.
Are you
on it.
serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That little thing is 300 milligrams of caffeine?
Let's do this.
Holy cow.
I'm going to
All
shake
right.
it well.
Yeah, you probably should. I'm not going to follow suit.
Do
'cause
not.
That would be an explosion. All right.
Oh, boy.
So remember, we're rating this 0 to 5 with decimal points.
I'm not happy with you. I am not happy with you at all. And you know what? I usually don't mind cold brew coffee all that much. But wow, this is just...
Okay, so tell me about, is it literally just coffee? Is there a sweetness to it?
It's like... Honestly, this is like if water sat next to coffee on the bus for a long ride. Then it got really cold.
Nice.
And then it had a bad day and was super bitter. That's what this tastes like. It's despair and sadness.
So it's watered down, plain, unsweetened coffee.
Yes, this is.
Oh, buddy.
I give it a 0.01.
Okay.
That's what we're going with. This is
0.01.
God. You know, I try not to cuss too much on this show, and it's really hard right now. This is... Oh, my God.
Well,
I'm just going to power through it.
you're welcome, buddy.
I need this
Just chug
caffeine
it.
today, and I just... Oh, man.
It's functional. It's for nothing else. All right.
Poison.
This island fruit flavor is... It's not the worst thing ever. It's not great. It definitely has more of a weird aftertaste than a typical Rockstar would. Those flavors are usually pretty solid.
What fruit do you think it's trying to be? Is it like a guava thing? Is it like a melon thing? Is it...
I'm getting more like grapefruity, like sort of sour. Not what you
pass.
want. Not what you want.
Not anything you'd ask for.
Not really worth the 200 calorie budget here, buddy, but oh well.
I'm willing to trade you at this point. It doesn't matter. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going to give it definitely higher than a 0.1. I'm going to go with 2.7. It's halfway passable, you know.
In a pinch, it would work.
In a pinch, it would
I
work.
would not drink this if I was falling asleep while driving. This is how bad this is.
Oh, man. Well, you're welcome, dude.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I cannot wait until next week when you get me something that's not this.
From now on,
If I ever get this as a gift from you, I will know that I've pissed you off beyond all belief.
from now on, every single week, I'm going to pretend to have a surprise for you. It's going to be the same carton of cold
Great.
brew.
Like, you know, it's making my throat like chalky at this
Is
point.
it?
Like, can you...
Nice.
I can feel a difference talking right now.
You just sound a little more gravelly.
Oh,
I think it's working for you, though.
I can't tell if it's rage or energy.
Probably an even split. A little bit of both.
50-50. That's a good place to be.
Oh, man. So what are we talking about today, dude?
We are going to
With
actually...
your new gravelly voice.
Yeah, we'll just talk like Batman the whole time.
I mean, you are Batman clone.
We'll go Christian Bale Batman. Where are the other caffeine drinks going? Today, we are going to talk about 3 supplements that are a good way to spend your money, and 3 that are a total waste of money.
Yeah. When we briefly discussed this beforehand, it was kind of even hard to think of 3 that were worth your money. So I'm pretty sure there's only 3 that are worth your money.
Literally only
We
3. And like we're doing this from a very general standpoint.
Yeah.
If you have specific deficiencies that you have supplementation for,
right.
those are obviously worth your money.
Yes.
We're talking, if you're doing fine, you're within the healthy range of everything, you're not deficient or toxic in any way,
Yes.
these are the things that you can spend money on and feel good about it.
Just sort of general rules for the general population that are generally healthy individuals,
Yeah.
I would say. So, yeah, let's start with the good stuff. Let's start on a positive note.
I like
Right.
that.
I'll start us off. The number one thing that I can recommend to pretty much everybody is some type of protein supplement. Now, a big caveat to that is that I don't recommend it as a replacement for protein that actually comes from food. But as the name implies, it's intended to supplement your protein intake. And it can be very helpful, sometimes almost essential when starting out, just to increase your total protein intake over the course of the day.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts?
I feel exactly the same way. I'll say that for just about every supplement.
Yeah.
I use these a lot as kind of like a gap filler.
Yeah.
So someone's nutrition is at point A. We want to get it to point B. In the meantime, most of my clients all start exercising at the same time. So you're going to need some of these things in the meantime. If you're not getting enough protein from your diet, it's hard for you to eat enough of the protein-dense foods, then yeah, we're going to supplement your protein intake so you can recover properly and get all the benefits from your exercise.
Yeah.
Over time, you're going to learn to get it from your diet as much as you can.
Yes.
That being said, sometimes it's just more convenient for one of your protein sources for the day to be something that you can throw in a cup and shake up wherever you are.
Yep.
I mean, that's why I still get protein from a drink pretty much daily.
I was going to say, is that a daily supplement for you at this point?
For the most part.
Yeah.
Most days I'll have a protein drink for that kind of thing. It's portable.
Yeah.
Is the thing. So
For me, the biggest thing is convenience, because I have learned at this point how to hit my protein goal with just food. I can do it, but it's a time thing. And like if I'm busy with back-to-back clients and I don't have time in the morning to prep all my meals for the day, then yeah, I'll have one solid protein shake a day just to fill that gap.
Yeah.
Just like you're talking about.
like sometimes, usually it's a protein shake. Occasionally it'll be like a protein bar. If like I know I'm not going to be able to eat
Feels
after my workout.
a little bit more like food.
Yeah. And it'll have like, for post-workout, it'll have a couple carbs to it and things like that. And
Fiber.
It'll tide me over till I can get a meal.
Yeah.
You know, so that's generally how I use protein there.
What's your go-to brand for both, I guess? Powder and bar.
Powder, I do Dot Fit.
Okay.
I'm a big fan. I have been for a long time. And they are third-party tested so that you generally know that what is in the can is what's listed.
Yeah.
That is a huge thing. So just so everybody knows, the FDA doesn't actually regulate any nutritional supplements. Nope. They will regulate the facilities they are created in, but no one's really checking to make sure that what's on the nutrition facts is in the product.
Yeah, what ends up happening is after the fact, these companies are exposed for lying on their labels, and then they're fined, you know, I'm just making up these numbers, but $100,000, but they've already made $2 million off the products. They're like, okay, great. And then they start another supplement company. Yeah. So it really doesn't hurt them.
It doesn't hurt them at all. And like, they just cycle through labels pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's generally, so I right now I'm using the Whey Smooth because it's lower carb. It's got 25 grams of protein a scoop. So I'll take a double scoop with me when I leave the house, and then all I have to do is add water, and
nice.
It tastes just fine. So it's not like I have to choke it down.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that folks complain about with protein supplements a lot. It's never going to taste as good as food. Sorry to break it to you.
Or a delicious milkshake.
Yeah. But, I mean, it gets the job done. And all chocolate tastes chocolatey.
Yeah. I feel like chocolate is generally the safest flavor to actually taste like what it's intended.
Yeah.
But I use a company called Pure Bulk.
Shocker.
Right. It's... The name is more indicative of they sell more like wholesale in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also third-party tested, really high-quality stuff. The one that I get is unflavored, and what I do is I mix it with a little bit of almond milk, and I add some sugar-free vanilla syrup.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And it actually turns out way better than the ones that are actually flavored.
Yeah.
Like, really, really solid. So that's my go-to for powders. For bars... I really like Quest bars, man.
Dude, Quest bars are good.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm a very big fan of Quest bars. I also they have these like Met RX bars. I think I have one here somewhere. But they're like 30 grams of protein a bar.
Okay.
And the cookie dough tastes like cookie dough, and the salted caramel tastes like salted caramel. So
cookie dough is my weakness. So
dude, it's pretty much my favorite flavor of everything.
Yeah.
And
cookie dough ice cream?
Oh, halo yeah.
Oh, buddy.
The bigger the chunks of the cookie dough and the ice cream.
Yes.
Sold.
Speaking of protein-packed cookie dough, Halo Top is another staple in my household of protein supplementation. Definitely not the best protein to calorie ratio when compared to a powder, because they're usually, I think, 20 grams for the pint, which why would you eat anything less than the pint?
Right.
Yeah, like 300-ish.
Spoon hits the bottom, you're done.
Right?
It's 300 calories.
300-ish calories. So really easy to fit in your day.
Yeah.
For sure. So.
But no, we go through cycles where we go through a lot of Halo Top. High protein, low calorie ice cream. It tastes good.
It tastes really good.
Like, people are like, it doesn't taste as good as Ben and Jerry's. And I'm like, yeah, because it has like 1/1,000,000th the sugar in it.
And the calorie
content and all that. But like, it's
it
real
tastes,
good ice cream.
Yeah. Like, okay, it's not as good as Ben and Jerry's, but it's way closer than you'd think it would be.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Big time.
It's way closer. All right. So we've covered protein. What is your next go-to?
Depending on the client, I'm going to go with creatine. First of all, there's a whole bunch of really stupid information out there about creatine.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, creatine was starting to be a thing. And it was very frequently compared to like steroids, and nothing could be further from the truth. Like creatine has become one of the most thoroughly researched performance supplements on the planet.
I believe it's the most.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
And there has yet to be an adverse effect of appropriate creatine supplementation found in any study ever.
Which is awesome.
Now, what it does is gets more free creatine into your system. Now, your primary excuse me,
it's
that
the coffee.
caffeine's hitting me, man.
It's the
it
black
tasted like
coffee.
garbage, but it's so effective.
The black sludge that you just
Sludge
drank.
in my veins. Your primary energy source is your phosphagen system. With free creatine floating around from your creatine supplementation, that recovers faster, and you can do more work in a shorter period of time and recover more effectively when you're doing things like weight training, and that means you can get more gains out of it,
right?
Which is freaking awesome. Yeah. It also makes you feel like a rock star when you're not just fatigued all the time.
Yes.
So I love that stuff.
I do too. Of all the other supplements that I've tried, creatine was the one thing where definitively it was like, oh wow, this is an actual measurable difference in performance.
Yeah.
We're talking
like, it's not like an energy spike or a stimulant or anything like that.
Right.
You legitimately just recover faster during exercise.
The first way that it manifested when I first took it was just like probably within a week. It was an extra couple reps on pretty much every exercise.
Yeah.
Which is insanity. So
I noticed a big difference in how much of my strength I was able to maintain over more sets.
Over the course of every set, yeah.
Yeah, like that last squeaky rep or two wasn't so squeaky.
Right.
And it was awesome.
Exactly.
So I'm a big fan of that, especially if you're a person who participates in athletics a lot.
Yeah, if strength and performance is any part of your overall goal, it's hugely effective.
Yeah.
Is there any specific client that you would advise against creatine supplementation?
I would not contraindicate it for anyone.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an adverse effect to using it at all. I would say that for some clients, it's less essential than others. So, like, I might prioritize the next thing that we're going to talk about over it, depending on age and their physical demands on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think that there's no real reason for anybody not to take it. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, there's other things that would take priority for certain types of clients.
Yeah.
For anybody, though, who has any type of strength or performance goals, men and women, highly recommend.
Yeah.
For sure. What's next?
Fish oil, baby.
Fish oil.
And this goes out to all you Americans out there who eat mostly omega-6 fatty acids in damn near everything that we eat.
Yep.
We don't get nearly enough omega-3s, and that's where fish oil comes in. And that ratio of 3s to 6s is actually really important all the way down to a cellular level.
Yeah.
Every cell that you have is contained by a lipid bilayer. All right, so it's 2 layers of fat that go all the way around. And if you don't have the appropriate ratio of omega-3s to 6s, that bilayer gets more and more rigid over time. And that makes it more difficult to mobilize fat from one cell to another. And you have to move the fat before it gets oxidized and used as energy. So if you have trouble passing that fat through there to mobilize it, it's harder to burn fat. It's harder to use fat as an energy source when you get into more endurance activity.
Sure.
And it makes fat very stubborn.
Yeah.
So in addition to all the ridiculous health benefits that go with eating healthy fats and joint lubrication, all kinds of things like that, it just gets harder to lose weight on the cellular level. Mm-hmm. So for a lot of people, I will recommend a fish oil supplement until they get more omega-3s into their diet through either more fish or avocados or whatever other omega-3-ish foods they can sneak in there.
Yeah, it is definitely just sort of like the protein supplementation. It's a very convenient way to get it without having to plan on, multiple pounds of fish every week. That can be a lot to keep up with. And I would guess, I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but it would probably be very hard to eat the equivalent in actual fish than what you're getting in the concentrated fish oil pill.
Yeah. This could be a little bit off, but from what I remember last time I went through that, was that you need to eat like a pound of fish a day to even out what the average American eats in omega-6s.
Okay.
Which is a lot of fish.
That is a lot of fish.
So there are two ways you can get this supplementation. There are caplets, which work very well. There is also a liquid form of fish oil that you can get, which is much more potent. Generally speaking, hopefully you would look for fish oil supplements that also have some peppermint in them, because that will keep you from getting those fish burps that come with the cheaper versions of those supplements.
Right.
So unless you want to be burping up salmon, which, man, if you're a fisherman, probably no one will even notice.
Yeah, exactly.
But, in a board meeting, something like that, you're just...
Probably want to avoid.
Yeah. So get something with a little peppermint in it. And the concentration is completely up to you. If you take a tablespoon of the liquid stuff or 2 to 3 caplets of the regular stuff,
then you're covered.
Yeah, solid.
It's a good substitute for just having a really stinky kitchen all the time.
All the time,
I think.
Well, and if you work at a place that has a communal microwave, do not microwave fish at work. Oh my God, there's no faster way to be universally hated by your coworkers.
It's true. It's very true. Real talk. Have you ever done that before?
I have.
I have too.
I have made that mistake.
Only once.
Dude, I did that at Zillow.
Did you really?
Yeah, there's an entire floor of salespeople, and my dumbass brought halibut, microwaved it for like 3 minutes, and when I opened that door, it took about 20 seconds before heads started snapping around towards the kitchen. Just all these people in their headsets talking to real estate agents on the phone, just snapping around, just
mean mugging
the heck. And
Oh, man. Well, at least in my case, it was at Gold's Gym, where multiple staff members would occasionally prep for bodybuilding shows, so that was a pretty common smell. Yeah. I wasn't quite as singled out as it sounds like you were. So
I was pretty much the only one.
Yeah.
Whereas, I remember at Gold's when that would happen, and it would be competition season. So there'd be 2, maybe 3 people who all of a sudden, for every meal...
Yeah.
Fish.
We'd start, it would kind of start coming out our pores. We'd be doing cardio, and there'd be a fishy smell all around the treadmill. Yeah.
It was magical.
Magical.
Really good time.
Who even needs deodorant when you sweat fish smell?
That's what you're going for anyway.
That's what you want. Well, that covers the 3 good ones.
Yes.
I would say. And really, honestly, guys, there's not much else you need. Even those you don't need, as we've already said, but...
Yes, they will fill a role for a time.
They'll fill a gap. Exactly.
Do you want to start us on the ones that are completely pointless and you should never spend a dime on?
Yeah, man. So, let's start with the most controversial on the list, which I still see false marketing behind this, a ton of it. I still see professional athletes, singing the praises of this supplement. And I still see trainers pushing it. BCAAs.
Branched chain amino acids.
Total waste of time.
Total waste.
So, small asterisk. If you're not able to hit your protein requirements for the day, if you're consistently deficient in your protein intake, they will make a difference. Mm-hmm. The problem is, when you are hitting your protein intake consistently, there's a ton of diminishing returns. Essentially, the studies have shown that provided you're eating adequate protein, additional supplementation with amino acids makes no difference.
Yeah.
So the reason for that, guys, is that amino acids are already in protein. If you're eating complete protein sources or supplementing with a complete protein, then you're getting all of the amino acids you need. So once your body has enough of that, i.e. you're actually hitting your protein goal for the day, supplementing with more is not going to make any substantial difference for you.
No. It's like, that picture of that Olympic swimmer who's submerged up to his chin in the pool and he's pouring water on his head?
Yes.
It's like that.
It's 100% like that. I love that picture.
I'll add one more caveat to that. So, first of all, branched chain amino acids, there are only 3 of them.
Yeah.
So, of all the amino acids, there are 8 essential and 11 or 12 non-essential amino acids.
Yep.
Only 3 of them are branched chain. The biggest, most important one is leucine.
Yeah.
And the reason leucine is important is because at a certain dosage, it can stimulate protein synthesis. And the only people I have take a branched chain amino acid are vegetarian or vegan folks. And they do it during their workout, so they are ready to synthesize protein when they get their protein in after their workout. Because they need extra help because of their nutrition.
Perfect.
Other than that, though,
Yeah.
dude, it's in all the protein stuff that you eat. Leucine's important. Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So, completely pointless. And I'd also like to make a point about do not listen to athletes and celebrities about their nutrition or training programs because they're not the ones who know what's happening.
Yes.
I get really tired. I just listened. Tim Ferriss did a great interview with Hugh Jackman on his podcast a couple weeks ago, last week.
Nice.
And I listened to it and it was great. And I got a lot out of it because I love Hugh Jackman. I love Tim Ferriss's podcast. But when he asked Hugh Jackman about his fitness as a trainer, I was like, okay, I can see why you've decided to highlight these things. But if I really wanted to know why these are effective for you, I shouldn't ask you. I should ask your trainer.
Yes.
So don't listen to Tom Brady. Listen to Tom Brady's trainer.
Absolutely.
Listen to his coach. Don't listen to Chris Hemsworth. Listen to his trainer.
Yeah.
Just because an athlete says, oh, this is great and I should do it. I mean, Chad Ochocinco used to be like, I don't get why people can't eat McDonald's and have an 8-pack. It's like, they're not in the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
So just because an athlete or a celebrity does it doesn't mean it's good for you. Just because they endorse it doesn't mean they're right about why it works.
100%. And a lot of times athletes, especially athletes in bodybuilding or fitness-related sports, a lot of times they're sponsored by these companies.
Yeah.
So if they're pushing a BCAA product at you, chances are they might not even take it themselves. And if they do, it's for a reason that doesn't apply to you.
Only when the cameras are on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So branched chain amino acids, not really worth your time.
Nope, 100%. What is
thing number 2
next on the list of garbage supplements, buddy?
Fat burners. Did you know that to this day, there are no actual peer-reviewed studies that show that fat burners do anything special at all?
That does not surprise me one bit.
Fat burners are mostly just creatine, B vitamins, taurine, and maybe a couple herbs thrown
Caffeine.
together. It is a stimulant and nothing else.
Yes.
I got more out of this cold brew, which is making my brain rattle right now. That was a lot of caffeine
Dude,
for a
that is
tiny thing.
a concentrated amount of caffeine.
Buddy. Tasted like garbage, but man, is it efficient.
You got the job done.
But yeah, the freaking fat burner is just a stimulant.
Yeah.
And the idea is if you burn a little hotter for a while, you will burn more calories. Mm-hmm. It's less effective than just go to the gym for an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Get
whatever
some extra steps in.
Whatever the amount of calories you're burning from this supplement is, you would be able to burn that in 10 minutes at the gym. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. It's not going to make that much of a conceivable difference.
No. It is such a marginal benefit that it's not worth doing.
Also, if you are somebody like us who drinks coffee, occasionally an energy drink, and then you're adding in a fat burner supplement, it's just too much caffeine.
It's way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much, because they also don't have regulations on the fat burner caffeine content like energy drinks do.
Right.
Like you won't find an energy drink that has more than 300 milligrams in it.
Nope.
You really won't. And some of these thermogenic fat burners boast 500 milligrams.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's just too much.
Well, yeah, it'll be like, 500 milligrams per serving, and then you're supposed to take 2 servings a day. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you account for just regular daily caffeine intake, and it's way too much.
Yeah.
It's just not healthy. So, yeah.
So skip those.
Skip those.
Not only do they not work, but they're actively not good for you in the recommended doses.
Right. Yeah, whatever benefit you would get from a fat burner, you're already getting if you drink coffee in the morning, if you drink an occasional energy drink. So just skip it. It's not worth the money.
It'd be better to focus on getting your steps in for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And your nutrition. Just focus on your nutrition.
What's the last one, big guy?
The last one, buddy, I'm actually drawing a blank. What do we got? There's so many to choose from that are garbage.
It's pretty much everything else.
Yes. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned multivitamins.
Oh, my God, multivitamins.
Oh, man. So, speaking for myself personally, I haven't taken a multivitamin in probably like 5 years or more. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's just not much point to them. A lot of the times they're synthetic vitamins that your body is not going to be able to absorb efficiently anyway. That's why they always recommend you eat them with food, because you're trying to trick your body into thinking that you're getting these nutrients from the food, which you're not. They do make whole food based vitamins, but they're incredibly expensive. Mm-hmm. And there's also vegetables.
Yeah.
There's also food that you could just eat.
Like, just eat your veggies.
Eat your veggies.
If you don't eat enough veggies, there are green drinks, like that Green Machine drink. Mm-hmm. I forget. It's not Odwalla. What's that? Naked Juice? It says the Green Machine.
Yes.
You could take an athletic greens supplement instead. That would be better.
Be way better than a synthetic vitamin.
Oh, yeah. So much better absorption 100%. Rates. But, like, it doesn't even matter what kind of multivitamin you take. But here they are in ascending order of horribleness.
Yeah.
So the worst ones you can get are gummies.
Yeah.
Not only is the absorption rate terrible, the actual nutritional value is just atrocious. And to get close to your recommended daily allowance of the vitamins that they claim to have in them, you would have to eat a gummy the size of a softball.
Yeah.
Just to get in the ballpark. And you don't want to do that. That's like an entire bottle of those Flintstones things every day, if not more.
Ugh.
Second are tablets, because they're so compressed that you absorb maybe 5% of the nutrients that are supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
They take forever to digest. They don't do a good job. And that's assuming that it already has adequate amounts of everything that's supposed to be in it.
Right.
If you are the kind of person who insists on taking a multivitamin, caplets are the best way to go. They have the highest absorption rate.
Yeah.
But you're still not even getting 25% of what is contained in each caplet because of your inability to digest it properly the way that you would actual food.
Right.
So that means 75%, at best, 75% of the money you spend on that is a complete and utter waste.
Literally a waste. Yeah, it's doing nothing for you. And then you have all of these vegetables that you can eat that you absorb 100% of.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a no-brainer, you know? What I do personally is I just have a solid, big double serving of vegetables with lunch and dinner. Mm-hmm. I usually don't eat vegetables with breakfast because that's weird and nobody does that. And that's it.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Every blood panel I've ever gotten, I'm not deficient in anything. So, yeah. Again, if you're super deficient in a specific vitamin, then you might need to supplement that.
Yeah.
But for the average healthy person, a multivitamin is just a waste.
It's a shotgun blast at nothing.
Yeah.
So, like, we live in Seattle. I take a D3 because we get 4 sunny days a year.
Sure.
If you are vegetarian or vegan, especially vegan, you might need a B12. Yeah. You might want some iron. But that's it.
That's it.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You don't need a smorgasbord of just random synthetic vitamins.
We made this in a lab. Want to eat it?
Yeah, exactly. Nope, I agree 100%.
Yeah. So. But that, I mean, if we had to pick a number 4, do not buy, it's just everything else.
Yeah. Everything else that you could think of that we didn't cover, that is do not buy.
There are 3 worthwhile things, and those are only temporary.
Yeah.
The end goal is to get all of these nutrients that you need through your nutrition.
Yep.
And it's not complicated. It can just be difficult to get into the habit.
Sure.
So that's all it takes. Supplements are there to supplement what you're already getting until you make the change to getting it naturally.
Yeah. It's important to sort of shift your mindset from these are the things that I need to take to achieve the result I want, and towards, no, this is a convenience thing. Mm-hmm. This is to supplement what I'm already doing right with my nutrition, and it can, again, just help close the gap the rest of the way and just make the whole process a little faster and more convenient for you.
Yeah.
So
anyone who tells you that taking a specific supplement is the one thing that got them to the shape they wanted to be in is misinformed or lying.
Misinformed or getting paid to say it.
Yeah. Because if you sit on the couch all day and then one day you start taking branched chain amino acids, you're not going to lose 50 pounds and gain 10 pounds of muscle.
Nope. Nothing will happen.
Nope.
Zero
Not a single thing.
things will happen. If you also don't eat any protein, maybe your amino acid ingestion will be a little bit improved. But if you're still sitting on the couch, nothing else is going to happen.
Yeah. Zero physical changes.
Yeah.
So that pretty much sums it up.
Pretty much covers it, dude.
Yeah. Kept the lid on that one real tight.
Yeah.
If you have more questions about nutrition, supplementation, please send us all the questions you have. We love talking about that stuff,
Yes, we
especially as it pertains to individuals, because it can be such a customizable piece of your health.
Absolutely.
Outside of that, if you enjoyed the show, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you listen to it and share it with your friends. Keep sending in questions. We answer them all the time and have started doing actual bonus episodes of Q&A because we've been getting so many good questions.
Yes, every Tuesday. Q&A
Every
bonus.
Tuesday. Q&A bonus. Check it out. That's Big Freakin' Neil. I'm Health Coach Kane, and we will see you again next time.
Next time.